Hello everyone, my name is Rajiv and today I am going to show you a cool video tutorial on SQL Server 2008 R2 and I'm going to fix a major problem my situation is I have a SQL Server instance and I'm using Windows authentication mode and I have a single user, or you can say I have a single login that has sysadmin roles. Okay, and what I did by mistake, I went to the properties of that particular login and deselect the sysadmin roles from that login, and now I don't have any login which has sysadmin roles on that particular SQL Server instance. Okay, so let's go to, first let me show you the credential that I'm using to connect to my SQL Server. This is my server name. I'm using the default SQL Server instance and this is the Windows authentication. Okay, let's try to connect, and as you can see that I'm connected, and let's go to the properties of this particular login. Go to the properties and let's see, as you can see over here right now, this is sysadmin. Okay, so, and let's also see the authentication mode for this instance. Go to the properties of the SQL Server and go to the security, and as you can see over here I'm using Windows authentication mode. That means if I try to connect to my SQL Server using the SA login, I won't be able to do that. Okay, so here I would like to show you one script that we will be using in future, okay, to overcome this problem. So select the SQL Server Windows authentication and click on the script and script action to new query. Okay, now this is the query that we will be using. Actually, what this query does is it activates the mixed authentication mode on the SQL Server instance. Okay, so here 2 means mixed mode and 1 means Windows authentication mode, and we are going to use this query in future. Okay, so now let's bring this situation, and I'm going to the properties of that login, that is Rajiv, and going to the server roles, and now I'm going to deselect the sysadmin role and going to click OK. Now if I try to reassign the sysadmin role from the same login, SQL Server will not allow me to do this. As you can see, I don't have permissions to do that because now this login is not sysadmin. And in this scenario, we are assuming that we have only single login who was having the sysadmin role, and the Windows we were using Windows authentication mode, not the mixed authentication mode. So that means now we don't have any option. Mode, not the mixed authentication mode. So that means now we don't have any option. Okay, so now who's going to control my SQL Server? Now let's see, can we change the authentication mode to SQL Server authentication with this login? No, SQL Server is not allowing me. So that means now I'm gone. Okay, so what we can do to overcome this problem, first disconnect from the server, go to the SQL Server configuration manager. You can find this configuration manager in the start menu, sorry for that. Go to the services and just stop the services for that particular instance. As you can see, the services for this instance are going to be stopped. Okay, the services are stopped. Now go to the location where your SQL Server instance is installed. In my case, this is C drive, and in C drive it's program files, and in program files is Microsoft SQL Server. And then finally go to the bin folder and just copy this location, and you can close this location if you wish. Now go to the start, type cmd, run this as administrator, click yes, and change the location of the command prompt to the location that we have copied. Okay, now we are at that location, that's bin folder of that instance. Now type here SQL Server.exe space dash m. Yes, run the program. Now what I did, I just created a dedicated connection to my SQL Server instance. Okay. Now again go to this start and type cmd and run this also as administrator. Now as we have established a dedicated connection to the instance, what we are going to do, we are going to use SQL CMD to enable the mixed mode authentication, and after that we will enable the SA login, and after that we will assign a password to that SA login. So in order to enable the mixed mode, just copy this command. I told you from where you can find this command, or if you don't have, you can just simply type this command. Okay, just pause the video and type this command. Okay, actually just I have copied it. Now come over here and paste and click and hit enter. Sorry. Now as you can see, 0 rows affected. That means the statement is successfully executed. Now type alter login SA enable and then go, and again type alter login SA with password equals to any password, but it must match the password policy. It should follow the password policy. Okay, and then hit enter and then go. Now we have enabled the mixed mode, we have enabled the SA account, we have set the password for the SA account. Type exit. We are done. Close this command prompt. Now come to this command prompt. Press Ctrl C. Yes, we want to close the connection. Now we have also closed the dedicated connection. Now restart the SQL Server instance. Okay. And as you can see, the server has started. Now go to the SQL Server and let's try to connect from the Windows authentication mode, and go to the security logins and to this particular login, and let's check the rights. Yeah, we don't have any rights because we have just enabled the SA account yet. We haven't given the sysadmin roles to this particular login. So in order to do that, disconnect and reconnect to the instance, and here select the SQL Server authentication and type SA and the password that you specified at that command prompt. And as you can see, we are connected, and go to the logins, and now go to the properties of this user and go to the server roles, and now you can assign the sysadmin role because SA is also a login with sysadmin roles. And now as you can see, I have assigned the roles, sysadmin role, to this login. Now disconnect and try to reconnect to the SQL Server instance using that login. And if we again go to that particular login, and if we see the server roles, you can see now this login is a member of sysadmin role. And also go to the properties, and you can also see over here that the authentication mode is SQL Server authentication and Windows authentication mode. That means the mixed mode. Okay, so that's how you can fix this major problem, and it will help you a lot if you have done this mistake on the real production environment. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. Thank you very much.